What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Waters. Welcome to Life to Metal. It's time for a rock metal update. That's right. Time for rock metal update. As promised, this is the 7-inch all metal update. Got a good pile to go through, so I'm going to start right away. But I did want to mention this is metal by 80s and 90s standards. So it's ridiculous. I post stuff all the time on social media, and I'm getting more and more people arguing with me. That's not metal. This is not metal. That's not metal. Iron Maiden's not metal. I mean, it's just ridiculous these days. I mean, there's just seems to be a whole generation of metal fans that think that the bands from the 70s and 80s and even the 90s that were considered metal are not metal anymore because they're not as heavy as the metalcore crap they're listening to these days. So, not that all metalcore is crap, but you get my point. I'm just giving you the old man spiel, you know. Get off my lawn! Anyhow, so I'm going to start right off. This is a brand new release from Hirax. This is Faster Than Death, 4-song EP, 2 7-inches, no, 1 7-inch and a gatefold. So there's the gatefold. I believe this is a 33 RPM release, and this one is on red vinyl. Now, these were produced in Europe. They're kind of hard to get a hold of. However, it also has an insert, which I'm going to show you real quick too. However, if you are interested in this, we do have a few copies over at nolifetilmetal Records. So nolifetilmetalrecords.com. I'll try to remember to put a link below, but you get this kind of cool little Exhumer Hirax tour poster that's folded up inside there. It's a nice little package. Unfortunately, it's not a cheap release, but like I said, it is an EP, 4 tracks, and it's all new material. So Hirax, Faster Than Death. Next up, this is a bootleg, but I went to go see Creator about a week or so ago, and they were fantastic. This is the Phobia 7-inch single, which is a great song. I love the Phobia. They actually played that song live. And this is backed with, hang on if I can get it out of the sleeve, back with Hail to the Hordes, which they also played live at that show. And yes, it is live versions of these things. Academy of Manchester, UK, recorded in 2023. So, yeah, really cool bootleg. It's on a, let's see if I can get it out of the sleeve here. It is on a clear vinyl. It has custom center labels, and it also came with a CD pressing of the entire show, and it sounds to me like it might be a soundboard recording, maybe a very well done audio recording, but the sound starts off rough and tends to improve as it goes along. So, but really cool. This is again recorded in Manchester in 2023, so UK. So yeah, that all came as one package. I don't have any idea where to buy it. I got mine on eBay. There is a guy selling them on eBay right now. He's got one on there for like $19.99. Like I said, it's not cheap. It's kind of like the Hirax one. But it is a bootleg. It is kind of rare, and it's even numbered. This one here is numbered 43 of 66, so there's not a lot of them out there. So if you're a huge Creator fan, or Thrash fan, or 7-inch collector, grab it while you can, because this is a brand new release you can get on eBay. And then you got an older release by Metallica, US pressing of 1, backed with the Prince, which is a cover song, of course. And it's got the Pusshead album cover artwork. Of course, this was Injustice for All era, and they were kind of still, a thrash band at this point. And those first 4 Metallica albums I still consider classics. I know a lot of people like to boo-hoo and whine about how they suck nowadays, but whatever. I like it, especially the first 4 albums, and I like some of the newer stuff too. It's just I don't think it's quite as good as the early stuff, but what do you expect for a band that's been around for as long as they've been around? All right, then we sticking with the thrash. This is Anthrax, Antisocial. I think this is a German pressing, if I'm not mistaken, and has Make Me Laugh on the B-side. Cool little Knotman cover. I've never actually owned or seen this one before, so kind of a cool find. I probably have, gosh, 20 or 30 Anthrax singles now. And this is also Anthrax, and this is also one of those bootlegs like and I got this from the same seller. This is also a bootleg. It also numbered, just like the Crater that I showed earlier. And I believe it's actually, this is also on clear vinyl, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, clear vinyl. Custom center labels. And let me show you the back cover, if I can get the sleeve out of here. So you got Raise Hell backed with Panic Live. So I always thought Raise Hell was a great song that was only ever released on EP. They barely, or I don't think I've ever heard them play it live. I've seen Anthrax several times, even back in the day, and I saw them on their first tour with Joey Belladonna. Saw him playing, gosh, I saw him at the Lemoore in New York. I saw him at the City Gardens in Trenton, New Jersey, and I don't remember them playing that song. So, but anyhow, yeah, Raise Hell and Panic Live. It says featuring Joey Belladonna, which I don't know why not, because Raise Hell was with him. And anything Anthrax, I pretty much put in my collection. Again, much like Metallica, a lot of people don't like their newer material. I think their new material is good. I'll take Anthrax's new material over Metallica's new material any day of the week. So, all right, going into Judas Priest. This is obviously United from British Steel. And I believe this is a UK, nope, German pressing, backed with Grinder, looking for meat. Anyhow, cool picture sleeve single. Priest singles are kind of hard to find these days, and if you do find them, they're kind of expensive. I got this one for a really good price, but yeah, I mean, you can't really find a whole lot of Priest singles for under $20. And then usually a lot of them are from, you know, Europe or Japan, so they cost, you know, a fortune to get shipped. But yeah, I got some for a good price, as well as this one. This is Judas Priest, Screaming for Vengeance, backed with Exciter Live. I actually have the picture sleeve version of this, and this is the picture disc version of it. So there you go. Original pressing from the 1980s. Sticking with the 80s, this is new wave of British heavy metal band Samson, of course, Paul Samson. This one actually features Bruce Dickinson. This is a mid-80s pressing of this song, which was Vice Versa, backed with Losing My Grip. And yeah, Bruce Dickinson was singing for him at this point. So by the mid-80s, Samson wasn't hugely popular, but Iron Maiden were. So this single was released, I guess, to play off the popularity of Iron Maiden, because you can see it says on there featuring Bruce Dickinson. So cool single from the UK, just one I've never owned that one. I've had this one before. This single I've had before. I actually had a single back in the day, and then I sold my collection in 1990. And then I got another single, and I bought a big collection of singles. I split it with a friend of mine because it was, I don't know, quite a bit of money for the large collection we bought, and I couldn't afford to all buy it myself, so I split it with a buddy. And there was several Black Sabbath singles in there, including the one I'm about to show you, and he wanted it, so I ended up giving it to him. But I found a copy. So this is Black Sabbath Hard Road, purple wax on the Vertigo label. It was not in a sleeve. There has never been a sleeve for this. Some people have said it came in a Vertigo sleeve, but I've never seen a copy in a Vertigo sleeve, so I don't know if that's true or not. But it's backed, B-side is Symptom of the Universe, so really cool purple single for Black Sabbath's Hard Road. And then this is Black Sabbath's TV Crimes with Ronnie James Dio on vocals. And we've got Letters from Earth, alternative version on the B-side. And it comes in a poster bag. I guess I can open that up and show you. Limited edition poster bag. So it's got the, you know, it's actually on the IRS label. TV Crimes, Letters from Earth. And then the poster, which I will attempt to get open here, is, there's one side of the poster, and then there's the other side of the poster. So, of course, it'll never be a poster in my, because it has to stay with the single. Kind of weird about that kind of stuff. If an album comes, I love posters. I've got tons of posters. I got them hanging all over here. I know I've got a lot of them, you know, professionally framed. But when they come in an album, they got to stay in the album because that's where they belong. I don't know what it is with that and me, but and if I do use the poster, then I got to find another copy somehow. And I bought posters that came in albums just so I could get them framed. Yeah, I know I'm weird. What can I say? This is cool. You don't see these very often. This is Lizzie Borden, Me Against the World, back with Den of Thieves. Looking forward to going to see Lizzie soon. Love Lizzie Borden. Seen him live once, I think, so far. If you don't know Lizzie Borden, they were kind of a metal blade house band. Great kind of shock rock, in the vein of, say, Wasp. But Lizzie is his showmanship, and if you ever get the chance to go see Lizzie Borden live, you won't be disappointed. They're so good live, but also it's a great show. I did get to meet them once, had them sign one of my Lizzie Borden singles, and I also had them sign my Starwood album, because they released one album, Lizzie and Scott, his brother, released one album under the name Starwood called If It Ain't Broke, Break It. If you're not familiar with that album and you're a Lizzie Borden fan, do yourself a favor and check it out. It's a great album. So Lizzie takes the 70s glam rock sound. So when I say 70s, I'm talking like, David Bowie, Mott the Hoople, New York Dolls, mixes it with a bit of that 70s street punk, but then he brings in the Lizzie Borden 80s sound and mixes it all together. And what a fantastic album that Starwood is. So anyhow, I don't know why I'm talking about that album. This album is actually Me Against the World, backed with Den of Thieves on the Roadrunner label. And I think this was UK as well. These are repressings. These are pressings that came out a few years ago. I believe they came out on a record store day, but they didn't come out here. They came out in Europe. So that I've never seen them over here. But this is Candlemass, Mirror, and the Balls of Acheron. Super duper thick, man. I mean, this is got to be way more than 180 gram vinyl. This is some thick vinyl. But anyhow, it plays great, sounds great, but yeah, it's some thick vinyl. So I was kind of happy to pick these up. There's actually a bunch of them out there. Can't get this thing open. Come on. It's got a bunch of static, so there we go. So anyhow, Candlemass, Mirror, and then Candlemass, Dark Reflections, and Into the Unfathomed Tower. Again, very thick vinyl, and this was a reissue, or I don't think these ever even came out on 7-inch singles before, so the first time they've ever been released, I believe. I was trying to see if there's a year when this was pressed. Let's see, might be on the back here. Looks like 2005. So 1990 is obviously the original release, taken from the album Tales of Creation, but the copyright year in here looks like 2005. So yeah, they've been around. It's been a few years, almost 20 years. So, but still cool. Original pressing, kind of a forgotten gem of a band, but this is Warrior from their first album, Fighting the Earth, and that's also the name of the single, backed with Only the Strong Survive. This is on the 10 Records label, which is a Virgin Records sub-label, I believe. A lot of Gary Moore stuff was on the 10 Records label, Virgin, and there you go. Very cool picture of the band there, backlit, so you can't really see their faces real well. But yeah, I love that Warrior, especially that first album. Fantastic band. New wave of British heavy metal. This is Tank. You've got Don't Walk Away, Shell Shock, and Hammer On in the camouflage sleeve. I've never actually seen one of those camouflage sleeves before, so I was really happy that when I picked this up that it actually came in the proper sleeve. I've seen a bunch of these out there that just in white sleeves, but apparently this is the proper sleeve that it came in. So, and then you can see the custom side on the other side's got the Tank logo and Tank on it. All right, promo pressing from Canada. From Canada. This is Killer Dwarfs Stand Tall. That album needs a repressing so bad. I wish somebody could do it or would do it. Anyhow, Stand Tall. I believe it's the same song on both sides, and I think they're both. It is a promo pressing, and it says already on not for sale, and I think it's stereo on both sides. But yeah, sent out to radio stations mostly, and used for promotional things. So these don't pop up very often. So when I found this one, and it was very reasonably priced, I jumped all over it. Love the Killer Dwarfs. Big fan. Actually, you can't see it, but right there is a Killer Dwarfs autographed drum head that I have framed hanging on my wall. Japanese pressing of Keel. And what we have here is Because the Night, backed with an arm and a leg. In the Victor sleeve. Warner Brothers. Up next, another Japanese pressing. This is Twisted Sister. We're not going to take it. I don't show Twisted Sister singles very often, and the reason that is I have most of them. I've had them for years. I've been a Twisted Sister fan since I was, gosh, man, middle school, because they were a local band, and I got into early, so I still have all those early 7-inch singles they released before signing to, and putting out their first EP, Rough Cuts, and then, of course, I have all the albums as well, but Japanese pressings that don't have all those, and this is a nice Japanese, very clean Japanese pressing of We're Not Gonna Take It, backed with The Kids Are Back, and it's a live version of The Kids Are Back. It's in the, you can see the Atlantic Japanese sleeve on the back. This is a band that wasn't really huge, but this is I liked them a lot. I have the full length, but this is trying to get it. There we go. Oh well, close enough. This is the name of the song is Half of the Way Valley, and it's the Sea Hags, and you can see it comes with a Sea Hags embroidered patch. Very nice. Chrysalis Records. I think this is if I'm not mistaken, it's a UK pressing as well. Yeah, I believe it is, and yeah, it's complete with the patch, so it was very nice. When I bought it, it was still sealed with the patch in it. I unsealed it because it was really destroying the cover from being sealed. I don't know how well it's going to show, but you can kind of see that it's kind of curled on the top here. So it's straightening out now that I've got it, in a rack with other records and not in such a tight shrink wrap. But yeah, it was brand new, still in the shrink wrap when I purchased it. So really cool. Kind of staying in a similar, I don't know, pop metal, whatever you want to call it, hair metal, glam metal, whatever. This is Rat and Lay It Down, backed with Got Me On the Line, Japanese pressing. Japanese pressings are expensive. I got this one for $10, so that's not too bad. And even then I waffled on whether I was going to buy it. Like, oh, it's Rat. I like Rat, but do I want it's really $10 on a single? Well, I did. So I do like Rat, especially the first, the EP and the first couple albums after that. I mean, Rat pretty much, stayed the course. It didn't really stray off. So, but yeah, it's a cool song. I really like the song. It's nice to have the Japanese single. And then Tesla, Little Susie. Backed with Before My Eyes, picture sleeve single. We're almost there. Sorry about the dog barking. Let's see, then we got Hurricane, and this is I Am Onto You on the Enigma label, European pressing. And then I also picked up really cheap I can't remember where I got it now, but I got it super cheap, like $1 or $2. In the original Enigma sleeve, this is the same song. So it's I'm Onto You, backed with Baby Snakes. And yeah, it's the same. But this is the US pressing in the original Enigma sleeve. Those Enigma sleeves don't show up very often either. You can buy on eBay sleeves. I buy like piles of, Casablanca and Columbia and Sony and all these different sleeves to replace ones that come in the mail that are all crappy. But man, these Enigma sleeves don't show up very often. Most of the Enigma records, they either came in a picture sleeve, and a lot of them came just in white sleeves. I remember when I used to work at Cavages in Rochester, New York, we'd get all the singles, and I remember we got the Striper Honestly single in, and maybe the first 3 in the pile were picture sleeve singles, and then the next 10 in the pile were just in white sleeves, and that's the way we sold them. So once the 3 or 4 or whatever copies of the picture sleeves we had were gone, the rest were just in white paper sleeves, and people still bought them back then, especially in the 80s. A lot of people bought singles because they were cheap. They were like $1 or $2. Anyhow, all right, Def Leppard, Rock of Ages, just one I was missing from the Def Leppard collection. This is a UK pressing. I like the first 2 Def Leppard albums a lot. I can tolerate the third. I thought it was getting really slick and poppy at that point. After that, it's a major downhill for me. I just can't get into much Def Leppard beyond it. They kind of lost the heaviness. They kind of lost the rock. They kind of lost the rawness. It was just all layered vocals. You could barely tell, Joe Elliott was singing, and then they started writing silly songs like, I'm hot, sticky, sweet from my head to my feet. I always wondered, when when Joe Elliott walked into practice and said, "Hey guys, I have this killer new lyric I wrote. I'm hot, sticky, sweet, from my head to my feet." Why they didn't just all kick his butt? Maybe they did. I don't know. But obviously it was a big single for him. But I think that single would have been more fit for, like, Shania Twain than Def Leppard. Joe Elliott singing "I'm hot, sticky, sweet, from my head to my sweet feet," just that just kind of makes me retch. But whatever. It's just not my thing. But everything after this. But strippers need something to dance on poles too, right? So, all right, 2 more to go. This one I'm gonna do this one first. So this is Kiss Unholy, backed with I can't remember what the song is backed with now. But as many Kiss singles as I've owned in my lifetime and still own, I've never owned this particular single. "Gotta Give Rock and Roll to You," produced by Bob Ezrin, and this is a German pressing. It actually has the regular S's on it. I got German pressings with the backward Z's on it too, but anyhow, this is Unholy. And then the last one I'm going to show is, this is, let me take the record out so I can show you. Let me show you the record first. But this is Killers, and I Love It Loud. So there's the vinyl. But here's the cover. As you can see, it's obviously Gene Simmons, but it's got this little pull tab in it, and it is paper, so I need to be very careful and make sure it's not stuck here. But yeah, you can kind of make his, if I can get my finger in there without wrecking anything. As you can see, the little tongue goes in and out, and the eyes move as well. It's just, I've seen it before, I've just never owned it, and I found this copy. I'm going to say it wasn't cheap. It wasn't uber expensive either, but I gotta get that. I bid on it. I bid the minimum on it on eBay, and I won. So it is what it is. I've always wanted that single. I've always thought it was just a cool single and a cool package. So my dogs are driving me up a wall. So if you hear barking or growling or in the background, sorry. There you go. 7-inch single. This is where's this one from? I think this is German as well, if I'm not mistaken. Phonogram Records, doesn't say. Nope, made in England. So it's a UK single. So there you go. Kiss, Killer, and I Love It Loud. And that's it for this edition. Apologize for the interruptions. No one ever said I was a professional. I just do this for fun and just enjoy sharing my collection and my passion for music with other people. And I definitely appreciate you all watching and all the comments that you guys leave, and even people that correct me when I screw up, because like I said, I'm not a professional. This is not scripted whatsoever. This is just me talking. I don't even really prepare much for these videos other than making sure I have the pile of records in some sort of order. But yeah, fantastic. Enjoy chatting with all you when you leave messages. So please do leave a message below. Please give me a thumbs up if you haven't subscribed. Subscribe now, and that's it. God bless. Stay strong. But anyhow, as you can see, it. Hush! Shit. Dogs. As you can see, the little tongue goes.